Hello and good afternoon everybody in the hall. I'm Dr. Anthony Molloy, Event Director for Licensed Trade International and also Managing Director of Sensing Technologies UK. And I'm here today to present to everybody a brand new internationally patented technology. And what this technology is, it's the world's first automated beer line cleaning system that you can actually monitor online. It's a world's first, and it's so far ahead of its time. It uses a lot of complex algorithms and mathematics to actually develop this system. So I'm going to take you through some of the kind of benefits of this kind of technology, and it's really going to shape the kind of bar in the future. Everything's going to potentially move towards this kind of system in the future. So I'll just take you through that. Typically, when it comes to cleaning the beer lines, the brewery recommend that you should clean the lines every 7 days. Now, there's three kind of main ways of cleaning the beer lines out. The first way is obviously manually cleaning the beer lines, and that's quite a laborious kind of manual laborious task, which has to be done every single 7 days. And a lot of people like to cut corners, they don't bother cleaning the lines, or when they do clean the lines, they get differing results every single week. So there's a lot of kind of problems associated with manually cleaning lines, as well as the fact that they're wasting the beer, and you don't know whether they've actually cleaned the lines at all. Then the advent of automatic systems came around in the 1990s, and these kind of systems were to take away the kind of manual effort required to clean lines, and that's the kind of main focus that these systems are designed for. So we've taken the kind of good elements out of the automatic systems, and we've actually enhanced them and added some additional kind of features to it. And we've got this easy clean system, which is basically the evolution of technology. This kind of overcomes any kind of problem you could probably see in the cellar for line maintenance. So I'll just take you through some of the kind of differences between the three methods. The first method is indicates the beer saved in the lines prior to cleaning. Well, you can't do that with manual method, and you can't really do that with automatic systems, but you can with the Easy Clean. The Easy Clean will tell you exactly the number of pints you've got left in the beer lines prior to cleaning the lines. And beer saved in the lines prior to cleaning. Well, yes, you can save the beer in the lines with the Easy Clean system, as you can do with automatic systems. However, what's really clever with the Easy Clean system is that you can log in from anywhere in the world, and you can actually see how much beer was saved before the line cleaning process, and exactly how much beer was wasted as well. So on the basis of us knowing exactly what was wasted in terms of stock, what we can determine now is how much stock we have, because we know what's been wasted, we know what's been saved, and then therefore we know exactly what we're having in terms of stock. No manual effort is required throughout. It's a complete automatic system, and it will run, and it will do the job, and it will have repeatable results. When, which, and the quality of the line clean is known, we can actually log in and we can specifically see which line was cleaned, when it was cleaned, the time it was cleaned. You can have all the parameters, how much chemical was in the line, how much water was in the line, etc. Line cleaning statistics from many sites is known. So effectively, if we own a big pub chain, we can log in and we can see all the pubs in the pub chain, and we can automatically see which of the pubs have failed to clean the lines. So it can keep a handle on the whole quality of the entire chain from one location. We automatically get email reminders to tell us when a pub has failed to clean the lines. So it keeps a kind of monitoring and control over the full supply chain. Calculates the optimal time required to clean the lines. Well, it uses a method of volume of flow. So it's basically, the system is pre-programmed to know exactly how much fluid is in the lines prior to cleaning. So if you select a certain number of lines, it knows exactly how much water to flush through the lines, exactly how much cleaner to flush through the lines, to fully optimize that cleaning performance depending on how many lines were selected. Indicates low and doses chemicals correctly. Yep, well obviously the system will dose chemicals from the mains water supply, and it will dose it at 2% fixed rate, so it's all proportional to the flow rate. Can clean all lines simultaneously. Yes, because it knows exactly the volume of fluid to flow through the lines. It basically would keep on just flowing the lines until all the lines have flown fully through. So it can clean all the lines simultaneously. It operates in under 20 watts of power. Very green technology, because it uses no big water tank or no gas to drive a pump or anything. It's purely done at the pressure at the mains water supply to actually flush the lines out. So yeah, brilliant green technology. Okay, so the three main benefits that we get from this kind of technology is product saving, which gives us a guaranteed return on investment. We can enhance the quality in the line cleaning because we can control the quality. We know that the cleaning operation has been standardised. And the third thing is a time and management. We can obviously save a lot of time from cleaning the beer lines. And we can also have a management. We've got a control in place where we can actually control all the pubs in the chain. And we've got that kind of handle on the whole operation. So I'd like to take you into the saving product and guaranteed returns on investment. This is a setup that we had up at St James's Park, and it shows you basically the beer that has been saved off in the lines at the end of the football game. So at the end of the football games, you can see that they're sticking the couplings onto the cleaning ring. When the guy goes up to the bar and pulls off a pint up at the bar area, it allows the water to flow through the cleaning ring, up through the pump, and obviously trying to sell the beer off in the lines. Every single time a pint is sold, the system logs that 1 pint was sold from that product. So we know exactly how many pints were sold and how many pints were wasted. This is kind of like a graphical kind of chart, so you can determine exactly how many pints were saved in the year, how many pints were wasted from the line cleaning operation, how much water was used and how much chemical was used. So we've got a full kind of data analysis of everything there. You can look at it a day, or every week, every month, every year. This just shows us some example of the number of pints saved. So you've got all these products that you can select. It tells you how long the dispense function ran for, and how long how many pints were saved and how many pints were wasted, and it gives you the values of that. So you've got the metrics to kind of put into your financial software and things. And you could do that by doing an export in an Excel spreadsheet, so you have all the data there. This is a graph which basically indicates the investment cost of the unit, which is this pink line here. Then you've got the return on investment from the number of pints saved, which is this blue line. And then this is a cost of the pint. This is basically a cost of the pint at retail if you were to basically put that into your equation. Now people say, why have you used the retail price? Well, the retail price is, imagine if you're normally wasting 100 pints a week when you clean your beer lines. Effectively what we're doing is saving those 100 pints, giving them back to you to sell at the retail price, not at the cost price. So that's why we'll have this green line in. But you can see this is the guaranteed return on investment at this point. This is the investment, this is the guaranteed return on investment from the beer saving that we're getting. So you can see that this is the return, and this is independent of how many people are coming to your pub. If there's one person coming, if there's 1 million people coming into your pub every single week, you still need to clean your beer line, so you're always going to get that wastage. So all we're doing is reducing the operational cost and giving you that as a return on the investment. This is over 5 years, but obviously we would service the equipment for 5 years, so this is a very good rate of return. Okay, enhancing the quality. Can you run the VT? This just shows a setup of the system installation. So basically this is the guy putting on the nozzles onto the bar tap, so when he turns it on, it'll basically flush through the lines, and it'll flush out all of the fluids out into the drain. So this is just the simple PTFE tubing which is used in the supply lines of the beer up to the cellar. This just shows the water being flown through the supply lines, and then obviously once the right amount of water is flowing through, it will then start to dose the chemicals into the line at 2% mix. So you can see that the chemicals are just starting to be filled up inside these bottles. And this is a patented technique called the pulse flow method. And when the chemicals are inside the line, what it does is it agitates the fluid in the line, so it scrubs the line, so it just improves that cleaning performance. Right. Okay. This is if we have a pub chain, if we're a multiple pub operator, we can just basically log in and see the data from any of our pubs in our chain. So we can log in by typing username and password, we click go. We can see here that the ones that are highlighted in red are ones that have failed to clean the line. Now we can see this from an iPhone, an iPad, anywhere in the world. You know, we can log in and quickly see the ones that have failed to clean the line. So I can say, well, hang on a second, why is the red dog not cleaning his line? I can click the red dog, and I can go to the cleaning schedule and see which drinks he's failed to clean. And I do this, and I can see automatically that he's failed to clean the Carling line here. He should be doing it every 7 days, and he hasn't done it for 15 days. So I can see straight away that there could be problems with quality arising to the fact that he hasn't cleaned his line. This is a good indication to show you how the system standardizes a cleaning process. So every single time we clean the lines, we're going to get the same repeatable performance every single time we do those lines. So we can see that these 3 products have been selected here at the top, and we can also see these 3 products have been done, but on a different day of the week. This was 7 days, this is 15, so they've been done 8 days apart. Obviously the same 3 products have been selected. We can see that basically the clean time is very similar for both of these. The number of pints of water that have been flushed through is the same on both occasions. And the number of chemical pints, that's basically a water-chemical mix, is the same for both of these things. Obviously the number of cycles is the same. And the number of water pints flushing out is the same. But when we go and select these products, which is a greater number of lines, which means we'll have a greater volume of water and fluid on the line, we can see that the number of pints has increased because obviously we've increased the volume. But you can see it's standardized for when I selected them that week before. So you can see that you're getting the same results, but it obviously gears it to exactly what's required. Okay, time and management savings. So these are additional benefits that you're getting from this technology. The first thing is that we can reduce the staff operational time. We can kind of schedule it in so that basically it's done once a day. You basically stick on one line, you sell off the product, you then go to clean the line. So that therefore it's no longer a chore, it's no longer a job to actually go and to find the time to clean the lines. It's just part of the day routine to actually to do that. So we can remotely observe the data online. So that gives us another kind of management benefit. We can reduce the wastage and give returns on investment. We can accurately calculate the assets in stock. We can actually supply the cleaning fluid. We know when you're going to run out of cleaning fluid. The system tells us exactly how much cleaning fluid you've used, so we can preempt when you're going to need chemical. You get the automatic emails sent to you to tell you when lines are due for cleaning. So obviously we don't just supply the unit and that's it. We basically come in and install the unit and set it up so that you would basically give the maximum return investment, would support you so that you would get a return on the system. And typically the return on a unit is somewhere between 6 months to a year, depending on the size of the site and the installation. So you have the system for, we would say this for 5 years. The system probably run for about 15 to 20 years without any problem. So every single year you just got money in the bank and you've got a full quality control system. Okay. So thank you for listening. If you do have any further additional questions, please come and visit us on stand F17 and we'll obviously give you some more information about the product. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you. Dr. Anthony.